be more Igbo than I ever expected. As an Igbo man, I've perfected the act to be international in any dream that I chase. To be industrious, be consistent, and powerfully focused. All the lessons I learned from the brothers in the tribe have made me dogged, hardworking, and exhibiting the ability and the capacity to survive in any kind of weather. Yes, I am an original wafo because Nzuzumezuole Mamumu don't do.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mazes. Okay, here I say good evening to us. This is the first time I'm able to stream from the studio. Now, do me a favor. Many of you who have unsubscribed thinking that Mazes okay is dead. Here am I. I'm not yet dead. My time is not yet come. Therefore, every one of you, I would say, because this is my first broadcast for the year, officially, apart from the broadcast that I did and I do when I drive, I say you will join me in breaking this kola nut. We will pray all together with this kola nut by the spirit of our ancestors and the great God that we worship, that is upstairs there. We know that he is there, the God and the only Chukwu Okike. And here we have Oji. And permit me, before I start today, to break this kola nut on behalf of all of us. I would only need you, if you do not understand Igbo, to say in unison with those of us who are initiated, to say Ise. Some of you say Ise is the language of the great ones. Now let us pray and let us break the kola nut. It is a ritual, and the only reason why I'm doing this evening is because this is the first day that we are coming live. We have not been coming live most times because since we've been here in the ground zero, there is no network. No network from the village. It means there is a lot of work to be done because you can't even send WhatsApp messages. When everybody converges here, the network gets bloated. Nothing works. It is indeed sad. But here we are. We will make progress. Then I say, may this year 2022 bring good tidings, bring good things to all of us watching me. And I have the privilege on behalf of myself and on behalf of Njenje to break this kola nut. You can see it. The kola nut is 5. Help! I got SB and at the same time we'll have the alligator pepper. I can chew on your behalf the kola nut. Permit me to do that on your behalf. So before we start, it means whatever we do here, whatever we say, shall represent nothing but the truth, because we speak truth to power. We seek truth. We go out and we, in good faith, want to only ask questions to get answers for you and I, because we are the ears of Ugelidanda. That means the ears of the street to powers that be. Whatever you think, bring it to Njenje Media. We will make sure that it is done the right way. I say, may the great God, the God of my ancestors, the God that they worshipped, the only true God in heaven, not the titles, not the ones that extract from us, and we say, may the God of the creator of heaven and earth, may this God, the one that knows the beginning, even he knows the end before it begins, may this God of our forefathers, the one that created you and I, May He bless you watching me. May He bless you the more sharing this video. May He bless me as well. And may the Creator bless Njenje Media, bless every subscriber, even those that haven't subscribed. But eventually today might be your turning point. And I break this, I say, it shall be well with all of us. And I say, he said, it shall be well with all of us. I can now choose the color note. He said, it shall be well with you. He said, it shall be well with you. I have Nelly Honora, Ezik Ofo, I have Eric Okoro, Prince Emmy, Emmanuel Akuma, Sylvester Ezenwa. You know what you're going to do, because this is the first time we are coming live as usual to have this conversation. Do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this platform, the platform of truth. While you're doing that, share this video to others. Let others join us as we start this year in a very good footing. Having said all this, and I welcome you once more to Njenje Media TV, I am still Mazi Ezoke. Again, Kola. So people, let's start. How has it been for the past 3 weeks, 1 month? It's been a tough one, moving around here. There is no internet, as I said before. But before I continue, I'll give us a shout out wherever you're watching me from. I have people, it would be nice to know where people are watching me in 2022. I can see that Mazo Bintodanka is here, and Papo Bin Nonyedot is also in unison agreeing to the prayers. Obinna Edom, people are agreeing. Nice that this year, all those things, caveat, those things that are good, that we are all pursuing, that this year, 2022, we will get them all. If you agree that this year shall be better, and this year will be better for you, for me, for us, collectively, as long as we are not interested in taking that which belongs to someone else, no one shall take that belongs to us. And I say, he said, it shall be well with us on the Kede, on our four, Nkwo, and the Orient. And I say, he said, so shall it be. So people, let's come to the evening conversation. Again, remember, this is a dotted platform, unapologetically dotted. If you don't like the dotted ones, go look for Gwagwarada, where there is light. Transformer without fence. You know what to do. I wouldn't tell you. Okay, people. Now a lot has been happening. Where should we start? A lot has been happening. This time, since this week, what we hear is everybody's running to the president. And what are they going to do? They're running to the president to take permission to run for presidency. Now, ask Mazes, okay, what do I want? I would say put the presidency in the coolers and let us, first of all, sit down as a people and resolve certain things that I consider fundamental. And what are the things? Which is the structure of this nation. People like us have actually argued over time and time again. Things are not working, and the things that are not working are systemic. They are anchored on the way the Nigerian society is structured. That means the structure. Now, if the structure is not working, what do? You fix it. How do you fix it? You ask the people what they want. Some say it is referendum. Some say it is restructuring. Let not be glued. Let not be deceived by the nomenclature. Whatever you call it makes absolute no sense. Makes absolute no difference. What I think is the right thing to do is at this moment in time to say, before it is too late, get the people together, sit down and ask the people like you and I watching me now, what do we want? We want to live differently. Let people across ethnic nationalities live according to how they are formed. Is it too much to ask for? It's not too much if you ask me. That's not too much to ask for. People are saying they want to live according to the way they were formed. Now, having said all these people, I think let's come down to the nitty gritties. Again, I say, if you ask me, if I ask you, this is what we will want. But again, some will say these are wishful thinking. Again, but there is nothing wrong in us wishing to be governed and in us wishing to have a different structure. Now, if we know all these things, there are other school of thought who think, no, it doesn't matter. We can actually go ahead with whatever that is happening. This structure is okay by them, blah, blah, blah. Now, they want to run for presidents. I mean, I begrudge no one. Again, if you want to run for presidency, what are the criteria? Some people are already saying that if you want to run for the presidency of this nation, that with the current one, that they made a mistake. I say, well, we didn't make mistakes because we are business people. We saw it years ahead of many of you who think they made mistake now are seeing it because we saw it before others. But again, no one listened to us. We thought it was hatred. No, we don't hate. We only love. We are a people of love. We are not a people of hate. We do not hate. If you call hatred, when you see truth and you say that this is the truth, and someone says it's hate, well, sorry, I can't help you. Now, there is a video that I think that will form the basis of my conversation. Obviously, as the title suggests, which I believe you are here, I mean, obviously you've seen it, and the title says that Tinubu's controversial presidential ambition, another disaster in waiting. If that title only suggests that another disaster in waiting, that the current one that we have today is already a disaster. A president sworn in, what did he do? He ran away, went to London, medical tourism. The same thing he criticized and the same thing he said should not be the norm. But suddenly it became the norm. Question then is, why did it become the norm? Why? Why are people not, those that ought to have held him to account are not doing so? Why are they not doing that? Is the question that bogs the mind. Now, you would think that, as they say, once bitten, twice shy, that a people that have seen how ill health can make you not perform is not, any of us can fall sick. But if I know that I'm not in the best shape of health, why should I seek to occupy certain positions, especially a position that should, you should know you should give at least 12 to 18 hours every day, because you need to be up and doing, especially in a large, and in an unworking society like ours, the one we find ourselves in. But what do we do and what do we have in return? No. The same people who, are not in the best of health are now basically saying that they want to, come in. Some people sent this video and said, well, look at this man, someone there falling. Some argue that, oh, he stepped on his abada and he wasn't actually, but I don't know. These were the signs. These were the tell signs that people were seeing. Remember when then you ask Buhari questions, he misyans, as some of you say in Nigerian parlance. But some people thought, oh no, that wasn't necessary. That was just basically pure hatred. But at some point, it began to play out exactly what some people were saying, that this is not right, and they were called names. Now, if you look at this, there are two key issues. In this Arise interview, two key issues arose. One was about the age of the man in question. Secondly, was about the source of his health, of his wealth. Now you be the judge. Just have
Let's
a
go
listen.
back to the issue of corruption. You said those were just allegations.
Yes.
But I'd like to know, how did he make his wealth? How did he make this so much very big wealth that he can afford a bullion van prior to an election in his home? That's a staggering, colossal amount of wealth. How did that wealth come about? Because I think if I check his resume, the last thing I saw was accountant with Mobile. You know, what business does he do? He's been in government for a while. How did he make that wealth? That's one. Two, there's been discrepancies about his age. I ask you, how old is he?
You see, that's why when I say people, he who does like me is a man, I will call my friend, and I like my good friend there very well because very straight on he asks the tough questions, but is the one defending him going to answer the questions correctly or answer the right questions? Be the judge.
Let me tell you, you see, these two questions you've just posed, it's part of what I have answered earlier. I think at this point that we've gotten to, our emphasis should be on the pedigree of this candidate, what he has demonstrated that he has done, what he has achieved, how he has changed the revenue of Lagos State, how he has put a long-term plan to implement infrastructure. How he has ensured that he instilled discipline.
Sorry, pardon me if I'm laughing. He has turned Lagos State into Japan, yet for the basic knee surgery, a man who has transformed Lagos, he had to go to London to do that. Come on. Transformation.
Honorable Jibril.
How much people that he has built.
Honorable Jibril.
These are the focus that we should concentrate on.
Honorable Jibril.
Because most of these political issues that we keep raising front and back will not solve the problem. So the emphasis now, the focus now should be on the capacity and the competence of this candidate.
Honorable Jibril, how did Bola Ahmed Tinubu make his money? That's all I want to know.
You see, he who does like myself is the person I'll call my friend. Why? A man who sees the target, stay focused, hits the target. He goes back to him again and says, Oga, answer my simple question. How did he make his money?
You can tell me what we can focus on. We'll talk about it in the manifesto. How did Bola Tinubu make so much money that he had a bullion van in his home on election day? And how old is he? Those are the questions the people are asking out there. How old is he? How did he make the billions?
I'm also putting it. I'm also now, you've asked your question clearly, and I will give you a simple and clear answer. And when you continue to repeat the question, you will get the same answer. These are all trash from the internet that people keep putting together, and we.
Stop it here. Did you learn the language? It says, these are all trash that people keep repeating. Now, imagine you watching me now. I have many of you from Australia, many of you from the United Kingdom. Imagine, spokesperson for Boris Johnson, and someone asks such question on BBC or maybe, I don't know, ITV, or you watching me from Germany, Deutsche Welle, Schleswig-Holstein, what's it called, Buntenbin, or ARD, or Americans, CNN or anywhere, and someone opens his mouth and say that these are BS that people are conjuring, rather than address the key issue. You see, it is this arrogance of these, I won't call Jibril elite. I think it's an insult to the elite if I add him in that group. But it is this arrogance of the political class to think that there's things you and I are discussing today are things they just pick from the bin and we just say them for saying sake, not minding and finding a way to address the core issue being asked.
We will not elevate such conversations. But when the campaign commences, we will bring out facts and figures. And
facts and figures are the 200 and 500 naira that they are probably getting ready. Gary, fish, all these small packaged stuff that they probably getting ready to share to the audience, is it? When the campaign commences. Before the campaign commences, you're not
so putting it. Also now, you've asked your question clearly, and I will give you a simple and clear answer. And when you continue to repeat the question, you will get the same answer. These are all trash from the internet that people keep putting together, and we will not elevate such conversations. But
these are trash from the internet. Well, you've heard him. For many of you, like I said, that didn't join the prayers, and we say, may everyone oppressing you and I, may they not complete the prayer. Anyone oppressing us collectively, that those things that we wish that they will come to pass. Anyone sitting on them, may they not see the end of the year. May we say, he say to that. I say, anyone oppressing us, if you're part of those oppressing us, this is a dangerous prayer. If you're part of those oppressing us, this is a dangerous prayer. But again, what do we say? Bear in mind, this is 2022. Note that our super sticker and super chart is still working. What do you mean?
When the campaign commences, we will bring out facts and figures and put before Nigerians. But we will not create a narrative for them. So for now, the emphasis is on the competence of the candidate, what he has achieved, the network he has built, the people he has invested in, and his plan for a better Nigeria.
All right. Can I ask you this? How was this trash? Bullion van was found in his home. The pictures were viral, and there's been no denial. So how are you saying that is trash? And how is it trash that we want to know how the person that will lead Nigeria made so much wealth? And also the declaration of being rich and also state. So how...
See, the arrogance is suffocating.
That's not trash. How did he make his money? That's all I want to know. Exactly. And tell me how old he is, so I can take you by something, because there's been discrepancies too by the people of his age and his wealth. It's just a question I'm asking. Please.
And the Rufai is just an answer that I'm giving you as well. You see, unfortunately, you are posing the question as a journalist. What will satisfy you is when I say things the way you want me to say it. So you don't want to respect my own response. And I think it is unfair and probably very unprofessional. Because the response is simple. We've raised issues here about corruptions. I gave instance with even Ruben Abati himself. And I gave several instances of a lot of politicians in Nigeria where you will see stuff like this on the internet. Well, and we said we are not going to elevate such conversation, and we will not.
Honorable
So if you put the question before me 100 times, I will not.
Okay. So you can see the arrogance of those who are wanting to govern us. If they cannot tell us the basic information that we need. Remember, when many people, myself included, in 2014, 2015, were asking such questions regarding, some of you call it disaster that we have today, not me, but I mean many of you and some of us say, what happened? Some people had the infantry to say, well, you guys are hating on him. But again, you can see that today it is visible to the blind and audible to the deaf where we are today. Remember, that time we were being told that, what was it again? That subsidy is fraud. And today we are being told, well, we're going to remove subsidy, meaning if subsidy...
If anybody said he is subsidizing anything, he is a fraud. So all these people talking about subsidy, who is subsidizing? But there is so much fraud, as I said, and explained correctly, that I don't talk about it.
Okay, there is so much fraud that anyone talking about subsidy is a fraud. And what happened? Did you know that? Anyone talking about subsidy is a fraud, but now the same subsidy is what we are engaging with. I can only say, my brother from Niger Delta, please respond to this because this thing don't tire me.
Before I go on, let me postulate from the Franz Fanonian dictum, which stipulates that the dialectics of reconciling two conflicting ideas is the algebra of revolution. The overbearing intervention of the state government had further exacerbated oporombium and amounting to sadomasochisms. Acrimony and chaos in our community.
You see, so all these things that this is acrimonious. I can tell you, because even if I say, Mr. President, I mean, all these things they are saying, those that came to you say they want to run for president. What did you tell them? What did you tell them? I asked you.
That our government. But I assure you. I want to assure you. I assure you.
You see?
I assure you that our government. But I assure you. I assure you. I want to assure you. I assure you.
Okay, he's assuring us. So we are, let's not go there. Let's come back to the main of conversation this evening. The conversation here, let's stay on course. It states, let's now get the man in question, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to speak to us. Let's hear him out.
The vision, the capacity to rule. I've informed the president of my intention, but I've not informed the Nigerians yet.
You see, again, this is it for me again. You have informed the president who has one vote. Who cares? You never bothered to inform the people who will give you the votes. Are you guys saying it? You informed the president, but who cares? Who are the people? You don't care.
I'm still consulting.
How can you be consulting and you've already informed the president? I mean, people, is this consulting when you tell me, the president, I'm going to be running for presidency, but the people that will cast the vote are not aware?
And I have no problem consulting, and I've not set a parameter of limitation.
Okay, I am going to consult, but I've already made my decision. So why am I consulting? I mean, are you making sense?
To the extent of how many people will I consult? You will soon hear, all you want to hear is a categorical declaration.
I have declared that I want to be the president of Nigeria, but I'm still consulting people.
You've got that truth from me that I've informed the Mr. President of my ambition. And you don't expect more answers than that.
See the arrogance. Again, I don't know. I'm picking it with anyone who is vying for the office to hold anything in trust for us. For us as a collective. You say, I want to run, but you don't expect. I mean, the arrogance. Sorry, I don't know if any other person is saying it. I'm just standing and I'm listening to these things and I'm saying, man, God, people come down from your high horses.
He's a Democrat. He didn't ask me to stop.
This is where Buhari did him takea. He said, he didn't ask me to stop, meaning Buhari never also said, go
He
ahead.
asked me not to attempt
Exactly.
and pursue my ambition.
But I can tell you this is a direct, because Buhari didn't give him the support, the nudge to go ahead, he gone ahead to do this in order to probably stop the Professor Yemi Osibanjo, whom I believe is honestly, this is my personal opinion, who should be the president running the affairs now, not in 2023, now. But again, what do I know? Some of you still say hatred, but
it's a lifelong ambition. So, why do I expect him to say more than that? Why do you? You are running a democratic dispensation, and you must adopt the principle and the values.
Well, now, one thing that I took away from this also is he said he was coming to rule. He did not use the word govern. It means a lot. We should be paying attention to some of these things because it is our inability to pay attention to some of these things that gets us into, at some point, many people will start complaining. Oh, this, the other one. Oh, yeah, we didn't know he was falling, but now we know he was falling. If we knew he was a faller, we probably wouldn't have, done X and done the other one. But now everybody sees he's a faller. And what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you saying? But what do I know? I know absolutely nothing. If you ask me, I think there is this, it is time for people, if you want to declare for such offices, you must make your medical record open. Open. In this 2023, if I ask my good brother Odumeje now, you might tell me something.
I am not a man. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Everything that you saw me behave and my radicalness is a possession of the Holy Ghost. I'm a warlord.
See, me, I'm a warlord as well. I'm a warlord. It is the possessiveness of my radicalness. No, it's not radicalness. It is the possessiveness of my radicalness. I'm a warlord. People, these things are, listen, Nigeria is on cruise. It's a movie. Every day you see one movie and the other. Hey, because this is they keep assuring us. Now, even at the same time, the former governor of Abia State that all of us knew how he was tried and found guilty of 7.4 or 6 billion of Abia State money. Now, today, this is the video that came out. What he said that some people planned that against him. And I'm like, hold on. Some people planned against him. And this is what he said.
Who are those pursuing you? You said people are pursuing you. Who are those pursuing you? We'd like to know. Who are those pursuing you?
You know them. They are Nigerians who want to be president. They are Nigerians who want to set me aside. They are Nigerians who just want to destroy me. Ruben, you know me. You know me in 1991. I used to come to see Alex Ibru. You know me that you come to my place with the late Ibru. You know where I live in Victoria Land. How many of them were there then? You know me in my office in Apapa, where I used to do my shipping business and import sugar, rice, and all the rest of them. So, a lot of jealousy in the system. A lot of people who think I became very successful at early age. Why must I have money and have power? Is life like that? These people carelessly put me in prison for 6 months for doing.
Hold on now. Did you hear just what he said now? That they carelessly put him in prison for 6 months. If you're innocent, one would think if you were carelessly put in prison because you are going to contest the 2023 election, and when you carelessly came out of prison, Why didn't you carelessly go to court to still get justice?
Nothing.
So
I'm not bitter about it because it's God's will and it's our court system.
And that's why I like Rufai. Like myself, listen, after all this rigmarole, you still go back to the issue. Rufai, I believe, and you will not, fellows, ask him the same question.
That put me in prison.
So you did nothing about the 7 billion fraud. It's just these people that put you in prison.
You see, again, I'm not the one. See, I just told you. He did nothing. Just these people, they conjured these things. He did nothing.
You did nothing. You didn't do anything. They just put you in prison?
Ruben, there were 19 witnesses in court of competent jurisdiction. Nobody mentioned my name. Nobody called my name. Nobody traced to me. Nothing. I don't want to talk about this matter. Don't drag me to it. I don't want any court to come tomorrow and say that I have gone to court of courts. So let's stop this matter. If you want to continue with this matter, I might like to excuse myself on that road. If we go to other questions, it will be very pleasing to continue talking to you. I don't want to, tomorrow, these people will go back to a court and say, look at, you have violated the rules of the court. I don't want to do that, please. I have keeping myself within the rules of the court. The court will say, come back tomorrow, I go tomorrow. They say, come back next tomorrow, I go next tomorrow. And I've tried to do that because I'm in Nigeria. I have the competency to stand trial, any trial, because it is the process that a country should test how people obey the rule of law. Thank you.
So,
who are those pursuing you?
You have heard it from him. He is not, he didn't, so any of you talking about, see, all of you are one. From today henceforth, know that he didn't take Abia State money. There are people who took Abia State money, and those people are pursuing him. And those people pursued him to a point, those people started pursuing him from the government of PDP when he was a governor in PPA. Those people started pursuing him under Obasanjo. No, after Obasanjo, Yaradua, they started going to court. Those people pursued him to Jonathan. Those people pursued him to Buhari and eventually found himself in prison. I mean, what a very good pursuers we have. I never knew that Nigeria had a very good pursuers, honestly.
Prepare presidential candidate in Nigeria. In anywhere. I'm capable health-wise, I'm capable as a person, I'm capable in my pocket, I'm capable to face anybody.
So, you see, the capability is not in doubt. But again, if we want to go back again and say, okay, but what happened to the Abia State money? You say, well, there are people who did not want him there. Those are the people after him. And I say, were there the people that also took Abia State money? Yes, of course, there are people who didn't want him, and those people are still after him. I don't know, my head, after listening to some of these things, I would think it is time to probably go and get my palm wine so that I can see if in fact, or maybe it's time to even get Buhari's assurance, because at the end of the day, let him assure me that I'm not yet crazy.
Our government, but I assure you, I want to assure you, I assure you.
Okay, you are assuring us. But even at that, this week has been a very interesting week, including, in the APC, we now have Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we now have Oji Ozokari, and I think we also have Governor Dave Umahi, who also informed the president that he is going to run. So, sorry, people, for some reason, I think whenever you want to hit, they might begin to come and maybe want to test us. But nonetheless, We assure you, nothing is going to happen. We assure you, verily, verily, I say unto you, we assure you. We assure you, there is nothing that, some of you will say, no weapon fashioned against us shall in any way, shape, or form prosper. And in the same vein, I say, well, no weapon fashioned against us shall prosper. We will get there. At the end of the day, we will get there. So now let's get back to the issue at stake here. While we are working to get the video back, I would, want to quickly move into Abia State, where a sitting governor of a state tells his people that they should not ask him questions regarding roads or, bridges, because they're not the one, that told him.
Flyover, flyover and all water. All the way going and the China and then what the one Sabu, and Sabu Kanya Mataparambe, Emily Watak landed. Didn't you gonna fly over?
Now, for many of you who do not understand Igbo, I will take the pain to explain this to you. Now, this is a radio interview. This is the governor here sitting down. Now, the radio presenter asked him, Mr. Governor, this flyover you've started is taking too much time for you to complete. So since your first tenure, so the flyover is close to 7 years, whereas flyovers spring up every other day in Ebonyi, every other day in River State. But the only one in Abia State is virtually not crawling. It's just the same Peking. The others are now starting primary school. But Abia State is still crawling, as if it's crippled, not even talking about trying to become a toddler. And this journalist asked this question. Now listen to what the governor replied.
Flyover, flyover and all water. All the way going and the China and then what the one Sabu.
Now, there was a time he promised us that those Chinese people who came to build this flyover had some issues. I think some of them maybe were attacked or kidnapped. I do not know the details, but according to this man, that's what he said.
Didn't you gonna fly over the boat?
Now, the man now asked a very important question. He said, so now what is holding the flyover from completion? Legendly, Abia State, I say, sorry, we talk about Buhari, we talk about Tinubu, but at my backyard here, Abia, I don't know how governance has evaporated and eluded you people. Now the governor said, my question to you is Ajujun de Jobo. Flyover, it concern you. Now you tell me to build flyover. Am I not the one who went in and brought the people to construct the flyover? Am I not the one that said I will build the flyover? Okay, continue. I am the one who said I will build the flyover. Now, at this point, I pause. It's not about Buhari. Now, when I talk about the arrogance in governance, this is an example of it. This man sitting down here is a governor of a state. The flyover in question is not being built with his personal fund because he has not seen himself as a servant of the people. He has not known that Abia people are the ones who are his employee. He hasn't known that he is they are the ones paying his salary. He must report to Abia people are his bosses. But here he sits down and says, Obasarona, Obasaragi. Now, look at him, that Noya designer, architect. This is a design architect. Look at him, design engineer. He talks as if he designed it with his own personal money, for Christ's sake, for crying out loud. The arrogance is suffocating. No, he said, but Ndebeke, meaning he invited the fair-skinned colored people, meaning he brought in the white men to come and construct it. Go to Ebonyi. It is being done by the people of Ebonyi, for Christ's sake. You are not doing something extraordinary that others haven't done. Ebonyi engineers from Ebonyi State do their constructions with cement and iron. And here you are, 6 years, Mr. Governor. You haven't finished it, and you're telling us how marvelous you initiated one single flyover. One single flyover. Wike commissions flyover now, I think every 2 weeks. But here, one single one. And you're telling Abia. I say, sorry, no. Waiting before Luna, it's unbelievable. Now they say they've been doing it for me and I've been paying them as I get the money. By the way, Abia State is an oil producing state. I must say that, because while you spank others for their misdeeds in government, we must also come home here in the Southeast and spank our own for those who are not getting it right. Of course, we must. At this point, I thought this cannot be normal. There must be some spiritual connotation. You know what he said? That many of you who are asking the question of flyover, or who are asking me the status of the flyover he's building in his state, do not own cars. At this point, people, what do you think? Because you do not own a car, you do not deserve to know what a governor is doing with your money. That is not right. Now, you see, joke. This is not funny. Those who are asking me, majority of those who are asking the question about the flyover do not own cars. Are they going to go on top of the bridge or on the flyover with their legs? And that thing, that's an insult that demands that the people who voted you should recall you, because if you ask me, sir, you appear not to be fit to stay in that office. Yes, I said it, Mr. Governor. You appear. Again, outstanding issue is the way you have mismanaged Aba, even when you are from Aba, it's you see, we talk other things and you're saying other things. Can you climb the flyover with your legs? You have to own a car. People, arrogance of governance, because they think you and I can do virtually absolutely nothing. So we should be thanking God. Anyway, call your zonal parish pastor or zonal whatever. Let's go let's book a mass. Let's go for Thanksgiving. By the way, the governor is doing us a favor. He's doing a flyover. Then we must all come together and say, oh, Mr. Governor, you have done absolutely marvelous. That's what you've done. But again, what do I know? The only thing I can do is to say, Well, I have nothing more to tell you. I have nothing. But I will say, we can respond to him.
If you don't know what to do with your head, you don't know what to do with your head. If you didn't dare, you didn't dare. You didn't dare.
I am not the one that said it, Wike. You have just summarized it, because again, if you didn't dare inside that place, you didn't dare. Because as it is now, you get it. Sorry, if you don't get it,
you get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about
it. If you don't get it, forget about it. Because we must keep on assuring.
I assure you that our government. But I assure you.
I want to assure you.
I assure you.
We want to assure you. We want to assure you indeed. We assure.
89, 10, 11, 40, 80.
Awesome. You decided ABC today?
Yeah.
Huh?
No.
Where are you?
That is the way I feel now, because after all these assurances, and I ask myself, wow, these are people that we have entrusted our states, and some are coming for us to entrust the whole nation to their care. But the way and manner that they are coming, it's something that many would say we never knew when they told us that we are go from tough to bottom. From tough to bottom.
APC from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. APC from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
So we didn't know when they were saying from tough to bottom, that they meant something else. But now we know what they mean when they say from tough to bottom. Now we know. Now we know what they mean from when they say they are going to whatever from tough to bottom.
You will be a past participant. Yeah. Hey! Ebu agomia. One day we go here. Say yesterday you are a past. So very soon you shall be past. Party. One day, say tickle. Say tickle. One nana so you ba na ebuli. On make.
So you know what? Because those that are planning to come and misgovern us the more, yesterday they were past. Today, they are also in the past. Tomorrow and 2023, mark my word and mark the prophecy of Odumeje, they will be in the tickle. I'm telling you, they will be in the tickle. So everyone, thank you once more for being part of this. Listen, Nigeria is, the tragedy in Nigeria is so that if you take it too much serious, you might find yourself in the hospital. So the only way to actually take it is to gather some palm wine while you talk about anything about Nigeria. Better ensure that you take some something to calm you down, because it doesn't make sense. I haven't seen a society with a lot of sometimes words fail me, but again, it's part pathetical. A nation of parts pathetical. Sometimes I'm short of words. I don't even know. People are declaring right, left, and center. Now, if you want to have your say, because this is my first show officially from the studio, I'm going to allow you, if you can just, short, straight to the point. Let's start with, do you think that the presidential ambition of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to be a disaster in waiting, or you think that the presidential ambition of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a disaster in waiting for Nigeria? Some people have argued that Bola Ahmed Tinubu shouldn't actually contest these elections, that it is the turn of the Southeast, because they argue, this school of thought argue, that in 1999, the Southeast supported the Southwest. In 2003, the Southeast supported the Southwest. Now, in the same South, in 2011, the Southeast supported the South-South when they supported Goodluck Jonathan. In 2015, the Southeast again gave Jonathan massive support. Sadly, he lost. Now, some within the Southeast are thinking, well, if we have given the great Yoruba nation a people we respect so much, handshake across the Niger, a very accommodating people, that it is time that the Yorubas will pay back to the great Igbo nation. When you speak to Yoruba Ronu and people like Pa Ayo Adebanjo, who said no, even Pa Edwin Clark, they say, even my great sister Ankyo Briggs, these are people that say, well, the Igbos have supported us. It is time to pay them back in their good coin, the way they paid us back. While people like me will say, well, before you pay us, I will say, can we restructure this nation to a way that it will function properly? But if everyone is saying, well, we don't want to, we say, okay, then bring it on, keep paying, pay back in that same way. So the question now is, do you think that, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's intention to run, it's something of note, or you think it's something that is going to benefit the people, or you think it's going to be another disaster in the waiting? To take your calls for a couple of minutes before we call it a day, I will say you have the number on the screen. You can call on WhatsApp calls only, because we do not want to spend your money, especially those of you in the diaspora. We don't want you to spend so much money calling home and you pay. So therefore, please, if you wish to make your contribution, keep your contribution very, very short and brief. If you do that, that will be appreciated, people. So while we wait, I think let me take some comments. Papo Bin Nonye says, yes, it is a disaster in waiting. Buchi Amobi says, arrogant governor. Indeed, he insult people that voted in, but one day monkey will go to market, he won't return. Well, in 18 months' time, he will retire, or he would obviously do whatever. His tenure will come to an end. Don't be surprised that the same Abia people, the same people that he has done absolutely nothing for, would be the same people that will vote for him to go to the Senate. Then you have him there in the Senate. You have Theodoji, who also actually did jack all, nothing. And you have Odus Okalo also in the Senate. Who is going to bail the cards, people? The die is cast. Anyway, so once more, let's not take so much of our time. I will say once more, everyone, let me not let these broadcasts get to 1 hour, but join me on the 22nd of January. That's a Saturday, 22nd of January, 7 o'clock Nigerian time. I will have almost 2 hours conversation with Peter Obi. If you have any question that you may wish that I ask him, send these questions. I will, when I do these programs, there is nothing, absolute nothing is off the table. The questions will range on anything you can think of. The Panama Papers, the burning of the next supermarket in Abuja, personal stuff that you can think of. That is what is going to happen. And again, this year, 2022, the media will be introducing a lot of programs that will be geared toward holding those in political offices to account. We must begin to invite them, put them on hot seat, and let you watching me ask them questions that you will never get anywhere else. This is not about them talking to you. Now they must come to Njenje Media TV and answer your questions, those things that bug your mind. Are there roads that they're not doing, or roads, that have not been done and they promised and they said they are doing? Once we get them here, we'll stick them on the hot seat, and it is your turn to take your own pound of flesh. As long as the questions are genuine, germane, without insult, then it's a free world. We must hold him to account. While that is on, there is a video that will be published either tomorrow or next here on this platform. Ensure you watch that video. That is inside Mr. Peter B's bedroom, where no one has ever gone into. And some of these questions, will be in this video. I had the privilege of sneaking inside the other room, and these things were caught on camera. On that note, I will say good night, everyone. I am still Mazi. It's okay. Remain blessed. And once more, a very, very, very happy new year. And this year, as I prayed at the beginning, shall be a year that will do us favor. All the genuine and good things we yearn for 2021 that we didn't get. We pray by the great one that this year shall be a year of favor unto us. On that note, I say good night, everyone, and may God bless us all. Bye.